So when you notice that your husband is pulling away, I want you to then begin to build a series of little things that you sow into the marriage to recover it. And all of that should be wrapped around respect for him, admiration for him. That's what he wants. That's what he craves. He wants to be able to sit down in his own place where he's alone and say, my wife really likes me. She looks up to me. I must not disappoint her. And I've got a woman that is worth fighting for. No man should take her from me. This is the mindset you want. And in order to get that, you want to be able to behave in such a way that if he chooses not to take the advantage of this love that you have for him, he is the one that loses the most. If you are not in that mindset, you're going to come with a needy mindset. And a needy mindset inside you begins to emanate a feeling that he doesn't want. It's your body language is going to say it. I'm desperate. I'm desperate. You don't want to be desperate. You want to be confident, and confidence in God, it's attractive. Now, let me give you something that you must remember. These are seeds. They don't automatically turn the man to start following you, chasing you, going through water and fire for you. They are seeds. They grow and they bear fruit. You got to be patient as you begin to sow them. And how do you know to continue? First thing is you will notice small changes, and those changes can go up and down. Sometimes it will looks like everything is turning around and then it slows down. Stop worrying about those little changes. Just be consistent, be yourself, and make up your mind that I'm going to be who I am, regardless of who he is and how he behaves. So you're going to stop the begging. You're going to stop apologizing all the time. Stop all of that. Stop interrogating him. You need to know where he is and stop all of that. Don't try to test him. Don't try to overwhelm him with love. Don't try to fix him like a project. They all come from fear, all of those behaviors. You need to come with a sense of confidence that, look, I'm a blessing. I'm wonderful to have. And if you play around, you're going to lose me. Not to say that, but have it in your as your background, where you act from. And if you act from that space and say, look, God has put me in your life to be a blessing to you, and I like you, I thank God for you, I see all the things that are in your life that God wants to work on. I trust Him that He's working on that and on them, and I'm going to walk in line with God. If you come from that space, you're going to be attractive. And of course, you keep taking care of yourself and moving yourself forward, right? So if it's really, really cold and distant, just be steady. Just keep steady. Don't change. Don't move. Don't operate based on his actions. Operate based on what God puts in your heart to do. Keep your tone gentle, predictable. Don't follow his mood swings. Be steady. You may need support for that. And if you do, get support that you need and stay in the place of prayer. If you can put all of these things together, you're going to have your husband beginning to fall back in love with you, because what you're doing is you're giving him what he has been dreaming about. Every man, every little boy is dreaming about the time where he will be that person, that big king, that man who his children and his wife will look up to and say, I'm so grateful that we have you in our lives. We're so grateful that God put you in our lives to be a blessing to us, and we look up to you, right? That's what he's dreaming of. And of course, it doesn't mean that you have to not earn as much as him. No, you can earn a lot more than him. You can even be the president of your country. It doesn't matter. That's not his problem. What he wants is that when you are with him or he's with you, you look to him and say, I really appreciate having you in my life. I like you. And I'm so glad that I have you by my side. This is what the man is looking for. And if you begin to work towards that, of course, with God's help, you are going to get the man. Yeah, because he can get it. That is not easy to find. He can easily find someone that will laugh at his jokes and pretend to enjoy his company. He can find that. But that lasting love, when you already know all his weaknesses, because he knows that the women outside, all the people that are looking up to him, they don't see his weaknesses. But if you see his weaknesses and you can still look up to him and like to be in his place, and you're not trying to change him all the time, then you have got yourself a man that will follow you everywhere you go. And, when a woman understands what I'm saying, marriage becomes way easier. If you wrap everything that you say to your husband in that package, you will get him all the time because he wants that. And if you speak in the language that he understands, he will get what you want and you get him to be what he wants. So I remember reading a book. I can't remember exactly the name of the book. I think it's The Empowered Woman or something like that. And the woman was saying that she used to wonder how her husband was going to do. And she used to complain about him with his finances and his work. And then one day her eyes got opened and she started calling him my money bag. And the guy rose up and became the money bag, right? Because his wife believed in him. So if you really learn to open your mouth and declare your belief in your husband, not parrot it, but really get to like him, which is why I work with people for 6 months, because overcoming all those things that you have put all over, you've learned all your life, and the hurt that you got through the time that you were growing till you got married, so that you can like someone that is not doing everything that you want. It takes some time, but if you can learn it, you'll be surprised that your husband will turn into the person that you really, really like. Then you'll be wondering, wow, how does that happen? Why didn't it become that before I started saying that? It's because that's how life works. A person can rise up to our expectation or they can fall down to our expectation. You can choose that, you know what, I'm going to say he's going to fail. And you start saying that, you start thinking that they're going to meet that expectation. But you can change it the other way around too. And once you are in that mode and you've made up your mind, if you're watching this video, you are that kind of a person who has said, you know what, this is my husband and I want our marriage to work. If that is you, then you're already in the right frame of mind. And all these things I'm saying to you will help you because you already made up your mind that this is what I've got. So you're going to make what you've got into what you believe that it should be, not by controlling it, not by forcing it, but by trusting the process that God, who made marriage and made your husband, has designed. I've seen that with older couples that are married for long. I talk to them and I see how they're able to handle their man, especially the women. They can handle their man. And the man is dangerous and rough and to others, but when it comes near her, he changes for her. Why? Because she is his greatest cheerleader. She's someone that sees all these weaknesses and says, I like you and I admire so many things in you. So what a man does is when he sees a wife that he wants to marry, he sees her and chooses her wholeheartedly, completely. It's just how you have been wired. Is that she sees a man and she's happy to see him and she starts to check all the compartments of his life. And then when she sees certain areas that she doesn't like, she then says to herself, I don't like this part and I want to change it, right? Don't do that. Don't do that. Rather say, I have the whole package. This is my stuff. There are things that I don't like, but still mine, and own become part of the solution. Now, men do that too when they get married to a wife and they say, you know what, I like her, I choose her, but then I want her to be like this, to be like this, to be like this. The goal I have for you is to see you in a marriage that you love, with a man that you love, that loves you, that honors you. So if you need support, reach out to me, and I will be happy to connect with you and see how I can work with you to get that level of success, even in your relationship and your marriage, especially because marriage, your family is your biggest asset. All the money in the world will not satisfy you if you lose your family. So you want to protect that family, invest in that, and the little investment you make in your family, you will reap for years and for years and for years. So if you want to do that, look in the description of this video. You will see how you can book a call with me, and we can talk. I'll give you 30 minutes and we can chat and see how we can work together, if that sounds good to you.